The salvage yards of Kepler Station stretched endlessly beneath the artificial suns, a graveyard of discarded technology from 100 different worlds. Among the towering heaps of twisted metal and broken circuits, a small figure moved with surprising grace, her pale blue hands sorting through debris with practiced efficiency. Maheen had been born blind on the harsh mining world of Xerion Prime, her species' natural echolocation abilities damaged by the toxic atmosphere that had claimed her parents. Now at barely 16 cycles old, she survived by scavenging the refuse that larger salvage operations deemed worthless. Her delicate Xerion features, elongated ears that could detect the faintest vibrations and skin that shifted color with her emotions, marked her as different among the rough crowds of the station. Another day, another handful of scraps, she whispered to herself, her voice carrying the melodic undertones of her people. Her fingers closed around what felt like a small metallic object, smooth and warm to the touch. She tucked it into her collection sack alongside the usual assortment of wire fragments and broken components that she could trade for a meager meal. Adam Chen had been exploring the outer sectors of Kepler Station for 3 weeks now, documenting the technological artifacts that various species carelessly discarded. As a xenoarchaeologist from Earth, he understood something that most inhabitants of the galaxy did not. One civilization's trash was often another's treasure. Humanity had learned this lesson well during their rapid expansion into space, finding value in what others overlooked. He watched the young Xerion girl from a distance, noting her methodical approach to salvaging. There was something almost reverent in the way she handled each piece, as if she understood its potential even without sight. When she picked up the small crystalline device and casually dropped it into her sack, Adam's breath caught in his throat. "Excuse me," he called out, approaching carefully. The universal translator at his throat converted his words into her native tongue. "I couldn't help but notice your collection technique. You have quite an eye for quality pieces." Maheen's skin flickered to a deep purple, the color of wariness among her kind. "I cannot see, human. I choose by touch and sound alone. Are you here to claim my salvage rights?" Her voice carried the defensive tone of someone who had been cheated too many times. "Not at all," Adam replied gently, kneeling beside her so they were at eye level. "In fact, I think you might be interested to know what you've actually found today." "May I show you something?" Suspicious but curious, Maheen nodded. Adam reached into his scanner pack and activated a harmonic analyzer, holding it near her collection sack. The device began to emit a series of tones, high crystalline notes that seemed to dance in the air. "That's singing," Maheen whispered, her skin shifting to a pale gold of wonder. "What is it?" "It's the crystal you just picked up," Adam explained. "It's not Xerion technology or human or even from any of the known commercial species. Based on the harmonic resonance, I believe it's a memory core from the ancients, the civilization that built the hyperspace gates we all use to travel between stars." Maheen's hands trembled as she reached into her sack, finding the warm crystal. "But the traders told me ancient artifacts were legends, myths to fool the gullible." Adam's expression darkened. "The traders know exactly what they're doing. They've been systematically undervaluing finds like this, buying them for scraps and selling them to private collectors for fortunes. You've been cheated, but more importantly, so has the entire galactic community. These artifacts contain knowledge that could advance every species by centuries." Over the next several hours, Adam helped Maheen sort through her recent collections. What she had thought were worthless fragments were actually components of advanced neural interfaces, quantum processors, and gravitic manipulators. Her natural ability to sense the subtle vibrations and energy signatures of working technology, compensating for her blindness, had made her an incredibly effective treasure hunter without her realizing it. "You've been collecting the most valuable artifacts on this entire station," Adam marveled as they cataloged her findings. "The question is, what do you want to do about it?" Maheen's skin cycled through several colors as she processed this information: purple confusion, gold excitement, and finally settling on a determined silver. "I want to learn. I want to understand what these things really are, what they can do. But first I want to make sure other scavengers aren't being cheated the way I was." Adam smiled. "I was hoping you'd say that. How would you feel about becoming my research partner? The University of Terra has been looking for someone with your unique talents. And there's something else. We've developed new biotechnology that might be able to restore your sight." "Restore my sight?" Maheen's voice was barely a whisper. The same principles found in these ancient artifacts. Quantum biological interfaces that can bypass damaged neural pathways. It's still experimental but promising. Maheen was quiet for a long moment, her fingers tracing the surface of the memory crystal. All my life I've been told I was broken, that my blindness made me worthless. But this crystal sings to me in ways others cannot hear. Perhaps my difference was not a curse, but a gift I never understood. 6 months later, Adam stood in the research lab aboard the human exploration vessel Endeavour, watching as Maheen interfaced with an ancient control node. Her restored sight, a gift of human medical technology combined with ancient quantum biology, allowed her to see the intricate patterns of light that flowed through the artifact. But it was her original gift, her ability to sense the deeper harmonics of the technology that made her truly extraordinary. "The memory core is responding," she reported, her voice filled with excitement. "It's showing me star maps, Adam, not just of our galaxy but others. The ancients didn't just travel between worlds, they traveled between realities." Adam nodded, recording everything. This was why humanity had succeeded where others had failed, not because they were stronger or smarter, but because they recognized value in all its forms. They saw potential where others saw problems, treasures where others saw trash. And sometimes they found that the most valuable discoveries came not from advanced laboratories or wealthy institutions, but from a blind girl in a salvage yard who knew how to listen to the universe's forgotten songs. In the distance, the memory crystal hummed its ancient melody, and two very different beings worked together to unlock secrets that would change the galaxy forever.